So picture being at like a massive stadium for a live concert. The guitarist strikes a chord, but the sound hits your ears just a split second before you actually see their hand move on that giant 50-foot screen above you.
Oh, yeah. The absolute worst.
Right. Suddenly your brain registers the disconnect and, well, the immersion is just completely shattered. So today on our deep dive, we're looking at the invisible technology that prevents that exact disaster.
Because you've handed us this highly technical product page from HDTV Supply, and, we really need to figure out what's going on here.
Exactly. Our mission today is to decode the decoder. We're looking at the ZeeVee ZyPer4K XSE copper decoder with Dante and Icron. And, okay, let's unpack this. We need to figure out why this single unassuming box costs like $1,860 and how it's the secret engine behind those massive video displays.
Yeah, to understand that price tag, you really have to look at the sheer physics of what this box is moving. I mean, we're talking about IP streaming over a 10 gigabit copper connection.
Which is huge.
Right. In practical terms, it's delivering uncompressed 4K video at 60 frames per second with full 4.4.4 color resolution. And it's doing all of that with 0 frame latency.
Wait, I want to pause on uncompressed because, usually when we stream video at home, it's heavily compressed. It's like flat packing a mansion into IKEA boxes just so it fits on a normal highway and then rebuilding it at the destination.
That is a great analogy.
But this decoder is like shipping the mansion fully assembled, right?
Exactly. And shipping a fully assembled data mansion requires an impossibly wide, perfectly smooth highway.
Yeah.
That's your 10 gigabit connection. It doesn't squish or compromise the file at all.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that's also what that 4.4.4 color spec means. Every single pixel retains its exact original color data without sacrificing anything.
Okay, so what about the Dante audio feature that's mentioned in the specs? Like, how does that factor into the whole highway analogy?
So Dante is brilliant because it allows high-fidelity sound to travel over the exact same standard network cables that carry your internet data.
So no separate, messy audio wiring required at all?
None. And because the video and audio are moving uncompressed on this massive highway together, the decoder achieves that 0 frame latency.
Which means, wait, is 0 frame latency actually noticeable to the human eye?
Oh, absolutely. The digital feed is perfectly married to reality in real time. That's why your stadium screen matches the live guitarist down to the millisecond. Even a tiny delay completely ruins a live event.
Right. But here's where it gets really interesting to me. Sending pristine, fully assembled 4K video over a standard network has to create a massive vulnerability. Like if a hacker intercepts that raw feed on a corporate network,
they could potentially access everything else on that network.
Yep.
You have to remember, this decoder isn't just meant for a single screen. It can actually process up to 19 different sources at once to drive massive, like 15 by 15 video walls.
That is insane.
Yeah, and to do that safely in enterprise environments, it utilizes heavy security protocols, including AES-128 encryption.
Okay, I have to push back a little here. Do we really need AES-128 military-grade encryption just to stream, I don't know, a football game to a sports bar video wall?
Well, if we connect this to the bigger picture, you're not just protecting a football stream from being pirated, you're protecting the corporate IT infrastructure that the stream is running on.
Oh, I see. So the network itself is the target.
Precisely. Think about a hospital or a university or a corporate headquarters. An unsecured video stream is essentially a backdoor into their entire system. The security protocol locks down the signal so a bad actor can't use, like, a lobby display as a Trojan horse.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Which means the stakes for configuring these systems are incredibly high. You're dealing with massive data loads, enterprise security, and, almost $2,000 per box. It's super intimidating.
It definitely is.
And I think that's why a specific customer review in our sources really caught my eye. A buyer bought this exact equipment and left a 5-star review, not just for the tech, but for a customer service rep named Rachel.
Yeah, I saw that. The reviewer noted that Rachel actually caught an error in how they ordered the system, fixed it, and then patiently walked them through all their setup questions.
It just really grounds all this intimidating hardware back in human reality for me. Like, even seasoned AV professionals who deal with this bleeding-edge technology rely on a human safety net just to make sure they're plugging the right cables into the right ports.
It just goes to show that no matter how sophisticated the engineering gets, the human element is still the foundation. But looking at all this data, it also makes you think about where this hardware is actually heading next.
Right, like we're pushing pristine 4K video over a copper wire with absolute zero latency today. So what happens when the world inevitably transitions to distributing real-time holographic or like volumetric video?
Oh, man. The data size of a 3D hologram compared to a flat 4K image is just astronomical.
We're going to need a completely different kind of localized data infrastructure to handle shipping those fully assembled holographic mansions, aren't we?
We absolutely will. It's a whole new frontier.
Well, that's definitely something for you to keep in mind the next time you're standing in front of a giant video wall. Just appreciating all the invisible heavy lifting going on right behind the pixels.